Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are importing source maps and source models directly into Unity with textures and everything. Now there are loads of videos telling you how to import this stuff into Blender but not into Unity. Obviously I've got it into Blender, but I can't get it into Unity because textures are scuffed. But I figured it out, and this is why I'm making this tutorial. So to get things started, we need to download Java Runtime to support this other application, which can help us convert a Bsp file, which is a source map file, into a VMF, which Blender can read then. So we're downloading Java Runtime here. And whilst this is downloading, we want to go to this other link called Bsp Source, and it's in the description. It's the second link, and here it is, Bsp Source. This helps us convert VMFs into BSPs. So now Java is almost done. That's done. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to go to our downloads and run this Java exe here. Click yes. And we want to click install. Then it will install Java. Obviously I've already installed Java, but I'm just doing it again for the video. Actually no, I don't know if I've already installed it. And it says I've successfully installed Java, so we want to close. Now I can just delete that file. So now this one, if you have WinSCP, oopsie, should cut that. Okay, so if you have WinRAR, you can right click it and you can click this button here, then it will do it quite fast. But if you don't, you want to click Open with Windows Explorer, and then you can extract it here. Yeah, that's what you can do. But because I have WinRAR, I'm going to click this button and it downloads it for me. So now I just need to process it. And now I have Windows Source, Bsp Source. So now we want to double click on this Bsp Source bat. Well done. Okay, so now we want to navigate to our Bsp file, which is in your Steam location. If you don't know how to get to your Steam location, it is normally in your Windows C, Program Files 86-bit, Steam Apps, Common. Then that's where all your games are. For example, Portal 2 is here for me. Yeah, I'll just do this. Okay, so Portal 2. Then you'd want to go into Portal 2 here again. And now maps, and now I have all the BSPs. These are all maps you can play in the game. So it's a bit weird scrolling down because it doesn't really make sense. You sort of want to use this. This makes more sense like this. But find a chamber you want to export into Blender. I would suggest maybe doing turret intro, triple laser. That's very Sphere Peak, Core, Dual Lasers, any of these. I'm not going to read them all out, otherwise it's bad. I am going to export I'm just going to export Dual Lasers here. So I'm going to click on it and click Open. So now it's added to queue. If you want to export multiple at a time, you can click Add here and click another one, and then it will work as well. But now you want to click Decompile. And now you want to select a place where you want to export it. So what I do is I just export it in my maps folder where I got it from. So navigate back there. Then you want to click Save. And over here, it should say processed one file in how many seconds. And it gives you some errors and warnings. Can't decompile that because it was file not found, access is denied. If you get this, access is denied, it means that it can't get the file from there. So you'll have to go into your Steam files, drag it out to somewhere where it can get it from, like your desktop, your documents, or whatever, and then do it. So I'm just going to show you guys how to do that. Is I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to go to my common directory, which is Bsp, Windows, Program Files 86-bit, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Portal 2, Maps, then in here. Now I just need to find Dual Laser again. Should be down here. Dual Lasers Bsp. So you want to get this, like copy it, and then you should put it on your desktop or somewhere like that, or somewhere where you've got not that much things, maybe in pictures. Paste it there, and then you want to go to back here, click add, and you want to find that place where you put it. For me it's in pictures. Here, Dual Lasers, open, then I want to decompile and put it right in pictures again, save. And now it should say process 1 file, and that there's not a access is denied. So now once you've done that, you want to close it down, and you should see how you have a Bsp here and a VMF here. VMF is what we need. Okay, so VMF is what we need. So now we have a VMF file, we can continue on with the tutorial. Now we need to download VMF Importer. These two next ones are plugins for Blender. So you want to download this, click on latest release, which is here, and you want to click on Windows. Now this is downloading this. So now, once that's done, you just want to close the tab and close the tab, and then, yeah. Now you want to download Blender Source Tools. Third link in the, fourth link in the description. Here, Blender Source Tools. I'm going to click download. Should dash download instantly. So now that's done, we need to go to Blender to add the actual plugins. So we would want to open Blender. Obviously I've installed this all, but I can just install it again, which is easy. So you want to go to File. Is it File? No, it is Edit. Here, Edit, Preferences. I'll go Add-ons. Then you want to go Install. And now you want to go to Home or Downloads. Downloads, I mean, wherever you saved, wherever you downloaded them. So you want to look for all Blender Source Tools, and you want to click Install Add-on. Obviously I've already installed this, so Blender Source Tools, and yeah, I've already installed this, so yeah. But then you want to click that, and then it will come up with a thing, and you want to click on the actual icon there. And you can do it with the other one, which is IMF, not Bsp Source. It's this one, Windows. You want to click Install Add-on again. Okay, so now you want to find these. So for Blender Source Tools, this is alright, but for the VMF one, and it is called Import Export Import File Format and Material Type. And you want to click on the arrow here, and let me just see if it's actually recording. Yes, it's recording. Stupid me. Eat. Okay. Oh, I said another swear word. Oh, that's bad. I should cut it out. Okay. Now you're in here. you want to go to the cache directory path. So what you want to do is you want to go to anywhere and create a new folder and just select it. And for me, it's C uses Tomra desktop VMF cache. Makes sense. And this is just so then it can load and save stuff much easier because it has it already there. So now we need to create a game definition. You want to click plus here, and you want to click detect a game directory. So for you, if you want to do Portal 2, then you would go to C, Program Files 86-bit, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Portal 2, Portal 2. And then click this button here, and that detects it. But let's say you wanted to do a different source game. For example, Portal. You would go to Portal instead of Portal 2, and then Portal inside there as well. The lowercase one. But for now, I have Portal. And then once it does that, it will find the stuff. And you can select what you want on here. I think this is all good as it is defaultly, so that is good. So now we can click Save Preferences and click X. So now we have successfully made it possible to import a source map file, which is awesome. So as you can see, if you go import, and then you can see Valve map file VMF, that's the thing we just converted, and then also MDL. We'll find out about these later. So for now, we can click VMF and go to wherever you saved your thing. For example, in, I think it's pictures here, draw laces. If I click this and click import VMF, you've got to wait a bit. It takes quite a long time. Okay, as you can see, it has worked. We have imported a map into Blender. So you can just select the default cube here and just delete him. Thought I was going to do that, huh? You thought. So there's a shortcut. If you hold shift and then click the @ symbol, it means that you can go into this mode where you can have a freeform cam. So right now you can see it doesn't have any textures. All of this doesn't have any textures. To fix this, obviously if you're a Blender Pro you'll know this, but you click Material Preview up here and it will go white, but you'll see it will load into textures. There you go, it loaded into textures. And as you can see, it actually looks bumpy and shiny, which is very, very nice. So now we can find the entrance, or we can just look in here. Oh, it's this map. It's this map. Okay, so most props don't load in. From experience, most props don't load in, but some do. And if they do, they're like in the wall like this, or I've just broken entirely. But don't worry, we can import the props separately and it will work. So what most people do is they just leave it at this, and it just will be in Blender, and wow, you finished a tutorial, and wow, oh my god, it's amazing. But I'm going to make it a step further, go into Unity. So if we click here, options, no, if you click this arrow, and you can say scene lights and scene world. If you click scene world and scene lights, it will look better. In my opinion, it doesn't look better because it makes it all lighter, and that is not very suitable. What I do normally is I only say scene lights, which makes it look much, much more realistic. Because you have the lights, where the lasers would be here, got the reflections, over there, and it looks very nice. In Unity, we can sort this all up with lighting and stuff, but for now, our main objective is to get this into Unity. Right, for now, we are going to, oh, it's right then. For now, we are going to just import some source models into this. So I would recommend saving this or not. So I'm just going to close this Blender file down. Okay, to get source models into Blender now, we want to install Crowbar. Now this is for decompiling a file in your source game, that contains materials, models, animations and everything, which is very useful. So you just want to type Crowbar, and you don't want to type tool or just Crowbar, otherwise it will not do that. But it's the first link, Crowbar, Source Engine Modding Tool, Steam Community. If you click on this, and it looks a bit like this, you're in the right place. So now you want to click Crowbar 0.72. If you click on that, it'll download it for you. So now, this is really simple, this. What you do is you right click, extract, like we did with Bsp Source, however you did it. And now we can run crowbar.exe. Now I already have a crowbar, so I'm not going to do that because I could mess it up. So I'm just going to navigate to mine. I put it here because I thought it was better. Okay, so you want to run your crowbar.exe here. So now we have this. Now this looks very daunting, but most of these options are for things we don't need to do. All we need to do right now is click on Unpack, and that looks much more nicer. So at the top, you want to click Browse here, and you want to browse to your game's folder, source game folder. So it will be Portal 2 for me because Portal 2. Because I'm doing it for Portal 2, but you can do it for any other game like Gary's Mod, Portal, CSGO, and any other source game which doesn't have .map files, because yeah. Okay, so you want to go into Portal 2 again here, and now you'd want to scroll all the way down, until you find pack01_dir.vpk. This is for every single source game. You'll find this file, and you want to click on it, and then you want to click Open. Now it will load all of the things inside here, the models, the materials, the particles, the resources, the scenes, everything. And now we want to get an output folder for this. I recommend going to Documents and then making a new folder and just calling it whatever you want, export source game, I don't know. I've already made one called X, so I don't really need to do this. So you want to select the folder, that or whatever, and you just want to click Unpack. And if you click Unpack, then it will unpack everything into a folder. All of these folders will become into that folder you selected here. So obviously I've already done this, which is very nice. Also, one more thing, you can extract most models and stuff is in the Portal 2 VPK one. But if you want the other ones, some missing ones, you want to go to DLC 2, and then go to pack01 there as well. We'll extract both of them. But anyway, so if you extracted them, you should have one here and one here. It's optional if you want to do DLC 2, but you should have one here. And if you go into models and go to whatever you want, let's say lab, then we should find some things. Now these are quite boring, but if you go to props, let's say, I mean there's saucepans and stuff, very fun. But you will find most stuff here. I mean just search the whole folder for it, and if it's not there, then go to the other one and search the whole folder for it. Anyway, I am going to release a Blender source, I mean probably a Unity, loads and loads of test elements for Unity and maps as well. But you can do this yourself, which is very nice. So now, all of these, we have MDL file, which means, guess what? We can import it into Blender. So, now we just want to delete the default cube, and we want to go to File, Import, MDL. And we want to navigate to where we exported it. For me, it's in X. We want to go to Models, and find the model you want. If you want test elements, you would want to go into test chamber here. There's not many in here, but there should be enough for destruction. Clady's destruction, lab, loads of other stuff. Stars. I'm going to import a don't know honestly. I'm probably import props here. I'm going to import a lab chair here, and you want to click import MDL. It might take a bit for it to load in if it's a big model, but now we have a gigantic chair, and you can see the scale of how big these are compared to normal things. So you want to click up here, material preview again, and you'll get this. It looks quite nice with these splodges and a Aperture logo on the back, and it's very, very nice. So now what you want to do is we're importing it into Blender. Woo! We have props and maps in Blender. Woohoo! And now, if we export it as an FBX, export FBX, do it desktop and call it I don't know. And it did not like that. Export FBX. Let's call it cha.fbx. Export. Now, guess what? If we open this, guess what there is? No materials or textures. Whoa! Amazing, right? And this is where this tutorial comes into play. This tutorial will help you import models and maps into Unity. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to save this Blender file in a folder. For example, here I'm going to go to 3D objects, like this. Okay, right, and now I'm going to make a new folder. I'm just going to call it tutorial model. I'm going to go into here. So now I want to call it the thing I'm exporting, so I'm just going to call it chair.blend. Save Blender file. So now you save that, you want to go to external data, and you want to click unpack resources, then you want to click the second one down, this one, write files to current directory, overwrite existing files. And if you click that down here, you should see save pack file to textures. And if you don't see that, if you see an error, it's because you haven't saved it. And if you have saved it and it does that, I have no idea. I'm sorry, can't help you. But if that works, it means that you should, wherever you saved it to, I saved it in 3D objects and tutorial model, you should have a Blender file and a textures. You have a normal map, and a normal map. That makes no sense, but trust me, it works. So now you want to export this as an FBX, like we did before, with no textures. It's not because of these not being on, no matter what you do, you don't get textures. Obviously I'm telling you how to get textures now, but there's no way of just exporting an FBX just to get it. So, now I want to go to where we were before, 3D objects, home, 3D objects, tutorials model. I just want to export it. There you go. Okay, now I've exported that, we need to go into a Unity project. Okay, now we are in a Unity project. So you want to click Show in Explorer, or, yeah, that Shape in Explorer is quite nice. So now you want to navigate to where you save that stuff. So in tutorial model. So you want to get this, so select that. Then if you don't know how to select multiple files, you hold down Control. Keep holding down Control until I say so. And whilst you're holding down control, you click this file as well. Then you can let go of control. So now you just want to drag to here and just let go. Now, as you can see, we have a chair. So if you just drag this into the scene, we have a chair with no textures. Woo, amazing, fabulous, and very, very good. Really sucky. But anyway, as you can see, we have textures here. So what we want to do is we want to click on him and click, and this may take a while to load this UI out when you click it. You want to click extract materials. And when you click it, it comes up with this. Navigate to assets folder if you've not already in it. Just click select folder. So now it will create a material. This one material. If you have a map or multiple materials on an object, you want to make multiple materials. But for now, so you want to click on this material, and you want to repeat this process for how many materials you have. Click the lock icon, then you want to click textures, and then you want to drag this into albedo. You want to drag this into normal map, but it will tell you to fix it, and then I'm going to say fix now. Then you want to drag this into detail mask, and now it should work. Should be good. Now obviously there is a gigantic bright light from Blender, but you can unlock this, by the way, by clicking that again. When you want to right click this, prefab, unpack completely. And now you can delete the camera and light, bang. But now, guess what we have? Guess what we have? Guess what we have? A textured source model in Unity. Wow, that was very cool. So, now it's done. We did it. We have done it. Amazing, right? So cool. Even the aperture logo on the back. Very cool. And we have a chair, which is awesome. So we successfully imported a chair into Unity. I'm just going to do map, make a new folder called map, getting ready for the map. So now, what we want to do, I'm just going to minimize that. Now, we're going to do it for the map. So we want to go make a new Blender file. Blender. There we go. General, delete, and then import VMF. Navigate to where you had that VMF file. That's triple laser. Oopsie. Think it's saved in pictures. Yep, dual lasers. Import VMF. And there you go. We got it in. So now you want to click this icon here. And just so we don't have to delete that stuff in Unity, I'm just going to delete the camera and light here. Deleted. So now it's just this map. If I do this, all the textures are in quickly. You know the reason why the textures are in quickly this time? Because they have been saved to the cache. Very nice, huh? Yeah. Very cool. So, now we're in here again. Let me just enable system seeing lights. That makes no difference, but that does sort of make a bad difference. Okay, so now, obviously, in this map, guess what? Guess how many textures it's going to be? Absolutely tons. Anyway, need to save this to another folder. Let me make a new folder, call it tutorial map. I'm gonna call this dual laser.blend. Save Blender file. Now we want to if you don't do this unpack stuff, then you're going to lose all your stuff. That's going to be very bad. So now we have done that. Okay, right. Now it's done exporting. That is a very big FBX file. So now if we go to tutorial map, we should have our FBX file. So if we go to Unity, then we can click this and control click textures. Now drag it into map. And now I'm just going to break Unity and make it never open again. Okay, here we go. It just imported. So now I'm just going to hide this chair quickly. There you go. And I'm going to drag this into the scene. And it came with its textures. Hold on. It came with its textures. Hold up. Wait a minute. It came with its textures. Oh my god, it came with its textures. Well, you learn something new every day. That is awesome. That is very, very cool. I love that. Okay. So now we have successfully imported this into Unity. Amazing, right? And we didn't have to assign anything. I thought we were going to have to do the gigantic tedious task of assigning every single texture to these. But we didn't have to, which is amazing. Okay, so some simple things you might want to do is you might want to fix the textures of these, because it doesn't always get all the textures. For example, it got most of these textures, but not some of the ground textures and the pipe textures. You can easily go and extract all of the materials from this by going to here and right click. Also, before doing that, before extracting the textures, you just want to drag it back in. Just want to drag it back in as a, prefab. Then you want to click on it. Then you want to click extract materials. And you just want to click map. Select folder. So now it's going to extract all the materials. Okay, that's done, and look how many materials there are. So now it means that we can right click prefab unpack completely, and it still has all its materials. Okay. Right. Most of these materials, textures, are good. They have been imported, but some things like the elevator stuff is broken and this top stuff is broken. So I'm just going to fix a pipe quickly. Still have favorable file. Good. So here we have a pipe. We want to click on a pipe and see the material. You want to click here and then go to Blender and do the shift at thing so we can find that specific pipe we just clicked on. I think it was this pipe here. Oopsie. Yeah. Then you want to click this material button here. Then as you can see here, we have this. So you want to go to shading. Then we can see exactly what this thing is. So this doesn't have any normal. If there was a normal, it would be one of these plugged into normal or something like that. It's just a base color. So this is, so if you want to find the exact what it's called, you want to click on this and you want to stretch it out like that. Okay, so it's models, props, backstage, triple pipe, wall pipe, PNG. Triple wall pipe PNG, remember that. So if we go down to here, we can search triple wall pipe PNG, then just drag that into a B window. Guess what? We have fixed another thing in our map. So we can do this for all the missing textures we have. So you might notice it is incredibly light in here, and that is a very bad thing. Also the doors are missing. So to lower the brightness, you'll want to go to a light like this and see where it says light. You want to select all of the light things in here. Basically they're all called light. So if you go to here and shift click the top light, then that's all the lights in the scene. If you unselect them all, it's all dark. If you select them all, it's all light. So now you can go through every individual light and find out how much value they are and turn them down if you need to, or you could just select all the lights in a specific room and turn them down. But I'm not going to do that because I'm a bit too lazy and I don't really want this map specifically in Unity, so it doesn't matter. So now you know how to fix the materials. The one last thing I'm going to talk about is specifically for Portal 2. These things here are broken. As you can see, there's no actual thing. But these as well, these are very, very broken. What you can do is on this, if you go to the actual material here, you want to click on opaque and click cut out. And now you'll get actual things. And if you want to go to this one, click cut out, and you'll get that as well. So it doesn't look as weird. Then also the windows, you want to change it to opaque. Oh wow, everything's like done in here, my god. So destruction glass fracture. Let me see. Glass. Okay, so you have a few glass textures. Oh, it has a normal as well. So if everything has a normal, you just want to shove it in normal. If it's just white, you want to click detail mask, put it in detail mask, yeah. But that's really cool. Then you can fix up the actual map. When you've done all of its textures and everything looks amazing, and you put like a load of lighting in, you can redo the whole lighting if you want as well. Doesn't matter. If you find these weird panel things, I mean, you could just delete them or like untick them like that, but that's not actually gone because it's two things at the same time. I'm just going to get rid of all these arms like that. There you go, gone. Also, so okay, that makes sense. Because they have two things. They have a transform. One's the armature and one's the actual mesh. So yeah, don't. Yeah, it's a bit awkward when you have that, but it's alright. It's alright. So yeah, we sort of have a map in Blender now, Unity, with textures, everything. And if you want the actual working, you can export the models into Unity as well, and get a door, let's say, in here, and a laser, and some panels, which is awesome. And also, another really useful thing to find out these models, if you need a specific model, let's say in this map, remember the arms underneath the floor, they push up this thing here. Well, if you want that specific one, you'd load it up in Hammer. You can load that VMF file up in Hammer. Then look at the specific object name, and then see where it's saved. See the exact name of the model .mdl, and search that up in the in the export of Portal 2. And if it's not there, do the one of DLC 2 as well. Then you can find it, the MDL, import it into Blender, and also all these have animations as well. All the models have animations. Anyway, that basically sums up our video, and hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys actually did something with this. I'm quite surprised how it imported with textures immediately, straight away. And yeah, hope you guys have fun. Absolutely just making your levels with Source. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in the next video, or the next discovery I've had. So yeah, see you then.